Hey, what's up everyone? So in this video, I'm going to take you to some of my favorite locations for wildlife photography. If you love photographing birds, Florida's where it's at. The variety here is just insane. I'm also going to share some tips and answer some common questions like, when is the best time of year to visit? And also, what kind of birds will I get to photograph? So if you're just starting out with wildlife photography or planning a visit to Florida, then this video is definitely for you. Before I get started, I feel I have a certain responsibility to share some information about one of the locations I absolutely love. Big Cypress is a side of Florida most people never see. Quiet, ancient, alive. But now, some government officials have decided to set up an ICE detention center here. And, believe it or not, they're calling it Alligator Alcatraz. It's a name that just shows how ignorant these officials are. They have no clue about how sacred and necessary this land is. The environmental impacts from this facility will be devastating on so many levels. That's why organizations like Friends of the Everglades are fighting back, and they could use some help. Whether it's signing a petition, making a donation, or simply sharing this video, every action helps more people see what's at stake. Because this place is irreplaceable, and it needs protecting. Florida is a paradise for birds. Thanks to its warm climate, diverse wetlands, and coastal ecosystems, it's home to over 500 bird species throughout the year. Let's start off with the Orlando Wetlands. Technically, it's a water treatment area, but you'd never guess that by the sheer amount of wildlife here. This place never lets me down. There's always something to photograph, even during the off-season. Peak season usually starts around December and can go all the way through May. The gate usually opens around 6:30 a.m., so I recommend getting there early. That gives you enough time to hike out to the boardwalk and grab a good spot before it gets too crowded. I like to wait until the sun hits the horizon. That's when you can get those really nice silhouetted shots. Roseate spoonbills are the main attraction. There are huge flocks of them. I recommend spending at least an hour here. There'll be tons of chances for action shots and some great close-up portraits. Keep walking down the boardwalk and head off down one of the many trails. You'll run into all kinds of birds. Egrets preening, great blue herons wrestling with prey, and glossy ibises foraging for a meal. And of course, there are gators. You'll see them gliding through the water, basking on little tree islands. And once it starts warming up, don't be surprised if you see one casually crossing the trail to cool off. Check out these little ones. Be aware that mom can get aggressive if you get too close or seem threatening to her babies. Just remember, respect them and their space. As you keep walking, you might also spot red-shouldered hawks, coots, gray-headed swamp hens, a bunch of songbirds, and warblers. As far as gear, I recommend bringing a telephoto lens, something with at least 400 millimeters of reach. My lens of choice, the Canon RF 100 to 500. The focal range is just perfect for this location. Let's move on to the second location. If you're based in South Florida, two of the easiest spots you've got to check out are Wakotahachie and Green Cay Wetlands, both in Palm Beach County. These locations are super accessible with boardwalks the entire way, and the birds get really close, like great blue herons and wood storks nesting just a few feet from you. It can get a little overwhelming. There are just so many birds. You're almost guaranteed to see anhingas, cormorants, tricolored herons, roseate spoonbills, ibis. The list goes on. One of the coolest things at Wakurahachi is watching all the white ibis taking off from their roosts just before sunrise. I'm talking over 100 of them, launching into the air all at once. These spots do get pretty crowded. They're kind of famous in the birding world, and peak birding season overlaps with Florida's tourist season. So yeah, expect lots of people and other photographers. But the good news is, it's winter in Florida, so that means the weather will be perfect. As far as gear, I think you can get away with a 70 to 200, no problem, but a 400 would be ideal. And last but not least are the Everglades and Big Cypress National Preserve. This area is massive, so you'll definitely need to bring extra memory cards. I mean, you'll see more wading birds here than anywhere else. I recommend starting at Big Cypress. Just take the Tamiami Trail all the way west and stop anywhere. I mean it. You can make a stop anywhere along the way, and you'll see wildlife. Lots of people will recommend Shark Valley, but check out these insane crowds during peak season. Yeah, I think I'll pass on Shark Valley. Let's go somewhere a bit more calm and off the beaten path. This is Loop Road, and it's one of my all-time favorite places to be. It's about 24 miles of unpaved road with beauty all around you. If you slow down and take your time, you'll start to notice wildlife all around you. It's a great place to take photos from the comfort of your car, or be adventurous and walk around the magical cypress forest. If you decide to take photos from your car, then I highly suggest using some kind of camera support. A beanbag works great and are fairly inexpensive. But for the best support, I would get a rig like this one, especially if you're doing more filming than photography. Check out this black-crowned night heron. They love to perch deep in the trees. And if you're a fan of alligators, you'll definitely love Loop Road. During the dry season, you can see up to 20 of them in a group. They're super easy to photograph since they don't move around too much. But when they do start moving, it's always so cool to watch. Check this out. Male alligators make those loud primal bellows and vibrate the water to establish territory or attract females. I can easily spend the entire day here. There's just so much to explore and photograph. Just southeast of Big Cypress is the Everglades National Park. Along the main park road, you'll see white egrets, crows, and barred owls perched on cypress trees. My go-to locations are a few small ponds near the south end of the park. These ponds are really easy to access. I've seen this pond get so filled with so many birds that it's hard to get just one in the frame. From February to April, you've got a solid chance of seeing American white pelicans, roseate spoonbills, reddish egrets, snowy egrets, and wood storks, just to name a few. At 9 Mile Pond, you'll see more of the same common wading birds, but I go for one specific reason: to see this guy. Meet Croczilla. This American crocodile is impressive to say the least. He's likely in his late 60s and is about 14 feet in length, which makes him the largest ever recorded in the wild. This is the only place in the entire world where alligators and crocodiles coexist naturally. As far as gear options, I definitely recommend a long lens. Having a fast prime lens would be amazing, but don't feel like you absolutely need one. These days, I like to photograph wildlife a little wider, to include more of the environment. I just feel it tells a better story, and it gives some variety to my portfolio. If you've never been to the Everglades or Big Cypress, you're seriously missing out. It's not just gators and mud. This place is loaded with trails, wildlife, and views you can't get anywhere else in Florida. So whether you're chasing spoonbills in the golden light or quietly waiting for a heron to strike, there's something magical about photographing birds in the wild. This video barely scratches the surface. Florida is a hotspot for wildlife photography, especially birds. Remember to keep it ethical out there. Don't be that person stressing out wildlife just to get a shot. Wildlife comes first. If your shot bothers them, it's not worth it. Part 2 of this video will be coming out soon, so make sure you subscribe to my channel and don't miss out.